everybody, to Blissfully Aware, the show in which me and my friends discuss what's going on in fandom and nerd news in general. I'm Bliss, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, JD. Hi, JD.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing pretty good today. Had a full day, but I have off tomorrow, so.
Exciting.
Yes, very.
Are you gonna spend the day doing nothing at all?
Yes, I'm going to spend the day doing absolutely nothing, and it's going to be 100% perfect. Although, I might go and see about getting a doggo tomorrow, and hopefully we're a good match, so.
Aww. Fingers crossed.
Right, thank you. That will be on the schedule for tomorrow. But, did you do anything good for July 4th?
I sat at home and got high and read a lot of fan fiction.
Okay, but that sounds really good.
I mean, I can't
So-
complain about it.
All right.
So, I'm filling this space up with happy things because
Yes.
today, JD, you and I are going to theorize on some stuff.
Some sad things.
Some bummers,
Oh.
potentially. But hopefully we can come up with a good ending.
Well, you could be an optimist.
Me? An optimist?
Is that what I'm here for?
I mean, yes.
Oh man, we're doomed.
Oh well. We have something in common with today's topic then.
All right, lay it on me.
So today we're going to be discussing the sudden but inevitable heat death of fandom.
Fandom or just places where fandom exists?
Really just places where fandom exists. I don't know if you've kept up with the news, but the Muskrat has made some changes to Twitter again.
Naturally, as one does when they are the muskrat.
Absolutely. Although I believe he has rolled them back already, that or they are just already failing and breaking. Yeah, the changes he had attempted to make were rate limits.
Oh yes. So you would like log in, scroll like one time, and then you couldn't see anything else.
Yeah, you were only allowed to see 600 tweets a day if you weren't a subscriber. If you were a subscriber, it was 6,000 tweets a day, which is like great.
Well, that's one way to clear up my mental health to get me off of Twitter. But Twitter is like a centralized hub for a lot of fandom and a lot of horny fandom.
It is. And every time the Muskrat makes a change, fandom on Twitter panics. And I think rightly so in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no one place that fandom has decided is its escape route.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody starts scrambling to list all of the places that you can find them. Here's my Insta, here's my Tumblr, here's my Dreamwidth, here's my Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lose people that way.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with everybody's Discord. I can't keep up with everybody's new social medias that I'm not even on. Like, I don't have a Mastodon. I don't know how that works.
You know what? To be honest, I have one, and it confuses the hell out of me. I don't know if I've like suddenly become an old person or something, but there's so many of these sites that have a learning curve, and I just feel like I do not have the patience to learn them.
That's fair. I feel like that would be me. And like, I get that every site is going to have a learning curve, but if you're expecting me to be involved in fandom, to have, 10 different sites just to follow my friends
Mm-hmm.
and the people I'm not friends with.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, because, you can't really talk about fandom news if you're not, you don't have your finger on the pulse of all the people you fucking hate. Although, I gotta be honest, I don't. I don't follow any of the people I actually hate.
No, and I did put out a tweet saying to the effect that I don't know what the future of this show holds without Twitter because it is such a central location for fandom wank.
It is.
So I don't plan on this show going anywhere.
I
But
don't know. If you know where to look, you can find all kinds of stuff. Like for example, gosh, it made it around to almost everywhere. There was an Instagram post with a girl who I don't know what her Instagram handle was, but she had stalked Pedro Pascal to a beach in Malta where like he was hanging out because they're like filming there for some gladiator movie or something, and like Joseph Quinn's there too.
oh.
She had like completely stalked him and like painted her nails his favorite colors and like tried to approach him on the beach, and like he obviously blew her off because good lord, woman, that's scary.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Like yeah, like normal people don't do that. I'm sorry, but first of all, I wouldn't even if somebody came like walked by me and they were famous. Number one, I wouldn't recognize them unless they were really recognizable. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe Sir Patrick Stewart. Like um or like God, I don't even know. I don't know if I would recognize anybody, to be honest. They'd have to hand me their credit card and it would say Tony Hawk, and I'd be like, oh, I wonder what that guy's up to. And he'd be like, this. um, but that's not my joke. That was a post. Like I stole that. I just want to be transparent. um, but that's what would happen, So if you know where to look, you can find people doing dumb fandom stuff like on Instagram and all that. And like I don't know how people really find drama on Instagram. I do know that drama happens on Instagram. Because you find it like I get sent things in like group chats. And I feel like the Fanables will probably end up having like an email,
Mhm.
like a chain email or something like that, or it's probably not going to be an email. It's probably going to be like a group chat on some other platform.
But see, that's just it. What platform?
Does Tumblr do group chats anymore? Did they ever do group chats? I don't think they do group chats. I think they just do one-on-ones.
Yeah, I don't think they did group chats. I left Tumblr when they banned porn.
Yeah, I left Tumblr when they banned porn too.
I did crack and go back. Probably 2 iterations ago of the muskrat making changes, and figured
Mm-hmm.
I needed somewhere to land. And it's strange. It's like walking into a foreign land.
What I think would be interesting is like if the Fanables wanted to go to Dreamwidth, for example, you can create communities in Dreamwidth, and you can like be an administrator or a moderator of a community, and like that can act as your group chat, and that way you're only looking at the things from that community. It's sort of like that thing Twitter has, lists
Mhm.
that nobody ever freaking uses. It's like that, but it makes more sense. And it's more long form. Like Dreamwidth, you can write as much as you want in a post. Well, not as much as you want. I'm sure they have a limit. But you can make like communities, and Dreamwidth allows porn.
Oh, that's nice.
Dreamwidth is very open. It allows for whatever you want. Like and they came out when Tumblr was doing its thing, and they were like, we are not going to ban anything. Like, you're welcome to come to Dreamwidth. It's different, you know. It's more old school internet, but it's very open with what you can do. And one of the co-creators of Dreamwidth was actually the one who raised the alarm about the way AO3 handles their child sexual exploitation material, and like what their coding is in order to handle that, and how the board works with their legal team. Her post on Twitter, of course, was very comprehensive about what's potentially going to be a legal issue for the archive in the future, because she knows a whole heck of a lot about the internet. And so Dreamwidth seems like a relatively safe place to land that isn't like built on pillars of sand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an outsider's opinion. Her opinions on Blue Sky is that it is also just as shaky as Twitter right now. They're making some interesting choices apparently, and not everybody can get in. I've been on a wait list for what, months, So, and I don't even know if I'd use it if I did get in,
Right. I don't know. I just keep thinking about all the different options and the good and the bad. Like, I know that a lot of people are going to Mastodon, and that's fine. There seems to be a big learning curve there. I don't love that the open source code is what was used to create Gab.
Oh yeah.
But that's not really Mastodon's fault. And they did order a cease and desist when Gab got all fucky with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all just go to Gab. Let's all go to the right-wing social media site.
And just totally push them out. Hello, yes, this is ours now.
Yeah, no. Probably not.
We're going to get all crazy with this. Like, oh, your TOS makes it so that you can't stop us? Oh, no.
That was a mistake.
Oh, who could have seen this coming?
But yeah, fandom, nerdy people, the ones that aren't on Gab.
Yeah.
I struggle with this. I struggle predicting where everyone's gonna go, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying fandom revolves around porn, but there is a large chunk of fandom that does revolve around porn.
Right.
And, I mean, you can't have that on Tumblr.
Yep. There's been fandom purges and fandom migrations through the years. I mean, God, we've got histories of all kinds of stuff. When I was looking up YouTube videos for the Ms. Scribe situation, everyone was like, this is really hard to find because like some of these sites don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these things just don't exist. There was like a whole ton of internet history that just vanished. This entire cultural staple just totally went poof into nothing. There's nothing for anthropologists to study when the internet is no more, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, in terms of where you can land and like where you can go and what you can do, like my vote would probably be for Dreamwidth, because we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they will let you have porn.
Yeah.
Whether you can host images on Dreamwidth, I don't remember. Upload images. Look at that. Or manage your images. Yeah, you can upload images onto Dreamwidth. So, I mean, and obviously they have a somewhat comprehensive method by which they find illegal material. So you gotta stay optimistic.
Okay. So here's my other thing, because I'm not optimistic.
Okay.
I saw a post on Twitter of somebody talking about how some teens on Tumblr were asking if it was okay to tell people to kill themselves on Tumblr or if that would get them permabanned.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And that is definitely, by the way, I looked it up, that is against Tumblr's terms of service.
Mm-hmm.
And it is against Twitter's terms of service. Now, good luck getting that enforced on Twitter.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. You can't even. There was recently a list that a bunch of people I know were added to, and it was just the N-word.
Oh,
And when they reported it, Twitter came back and said that they hadn't broken any rules.
nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Does Dreamwidth have... I mean, surely they have some terms of service against hateful conduct.
That's a good question. Terms of service. Member conduct. You will not use this website to upload, post, or otherwise transmit any content that is harmful, threatening, abusive, hateful, invasive to the privacy and publicity rights of any person, or that violates any applicable local, state, national, or international law, including any regulation having the force of law. So, yeah, they do have it in the terms of service that you can't be hateful or abusive.
Okay. Good to know. I mean, it seems obvious, but at the same time, you never know anymore.
Well, and also, you have to kind of consider what do they deem as hateful. Like, obviously, if you made an entire community that was just a whole bunch of people bashing on, a single person, would they consider that hateful if the person never knew about it? You know what I mean?
Mm,
I mean, I would think, yes, that's hateful.
right.
As a free speech absolutist, you'd have to probably get into like Kiwi Farms level doxing and threats for me to to be like, hey guys, your community is banned. But you don't want, nobody wants their service to be the next Kiwi Farms, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, that's never what you set out to do, unless you're the asshole who made Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Even he tried to help Chris Chan like several times.
Aww.
But yeah, so I think Dreamwidth would be a great alternative. It's more long form, but it looks like there's image hosting, and it's definitely not as glossy as Tumblr was. It doesn't have like the sheen of a super duper popular fandom, whatever. But if you find communities, or you make a community of, like, say, all the Fanables band together and make a community, all the Fanables that I personally know that are from Twitter, the Twitter Fanables, make a little community, and they, we all have the same expectation of each other, so we all know what kind of content each are going to create. That would be an interesting little bit of interaction, and it might actually spur them beyond what gets said in the group chat. Like they can share what they want to share, but they can also, maybe it'll spur them to create more. I'm just spitballing on I don't know what the chances are of that, but
yeah, I don't know. I've never been good at communities. That makes me sound terrible. But, like, I've been invited to Discord servers and stuff like that. I'm really bad at interacting with people. I'm good at lurking, but interacting with people? No, thank you. Creating and sharing things with people? No, thank you.
I'm fairly good at lurking myself. I think a lot of people are really busy these days, with stuff that's outside of social media. But it's interesting to see how heartened artists get when they repost their art onto a new platform and new people who'd never seen it before get to see it.
Oh, yeah.
And like, so if they can get over like the hump of, hey, I'm learning how to use this platform, and they get used to lower numbers being good numbers again.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, gosh, when I remember when I was a kid, if 30 people saw my fiction on fictionpress.com, I was over the moon about it. Like, 30 people saw it. Like, oh my gosh, 30 people, that's like a whole classroom.
I still feel that way about fanfics I write. 30 whole people!
30 whole people. I mean, imagine 30 people standing in your yard right now. That's a whole ass barbecue. Like, you just made 30 people happy, or 29 people happy, and one person wants to send you a flame. But guess what? That is not in vogue anymore. They can keep it to themselves.
Yeah, and I think for as much of a pessimist as I am, there is something in remembering how far fandom has come and how many of these, let's call them setbacks.
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it.
That we have overcome. And
Yeah.
fandom persists and will persist. There is no stopping the nerds.
You really can't stop the nerds. I mean, they're gonna find a way. Life finds a way. You really can't stop the nerds from finding each other and finding a way. And you also can't stop the nerds from having drama. So eventually we're going to have drama to talk about. We just don't know where it's coming from.
100%. And I don't like the uncertainty of that, personally.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll get through it on the gossip from Lipstick Alley. And have you ever been there?
no.
Oh, go to Lipstick Alley. It all has all kinds of news on like what the hotties are up to, and like it's got like blogs and stuff. I don't. Oh, there's a confessions tab.
Ooh.
Well, and Lipstick Alley had a whole thread on the girl from Instagram with Pedro Pascal.
She was famous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, she is making the rounds here. So, I mean, there's a lot of places on the internet that like I've never even heard of, because I feel like we've been trapped in this central hub of Twitter, you know, like the whole internet was placed in a centrifuge, and we all kind of ended up floating to the top where it was like the most easiest place to be, which was Twitter. And now that Twitter's just being a turd, it's like, oh, we can rediscover these old places, you know, where like stuff is still happening in these places. And I mean, it's called Lipstick Alley. Who's running this shit? Dedicated women.
It'll be an adventure, that's for sure. And I do like adventures. Whether or not it'll be a good adventure is yet to be seen. But it'll all settle. It settled after LiveJournal. It settled after fanfiction.net. It settled after Tumblr. It'll settle after Twitter eventually shits the bed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, what if we all just went to Instagram? That's where all the hot goss is, apparently. Aunties have those fun anti-confessions blogs, Instagrams.
That's true. I'd have to make another account though, because my current Instagrams are like my work Instagram and like my personal Instagram. I'd have to make another account and just have it be the lurking spy account.
That's what the show Instagram is for. We got tagged on one of those, not even tagged, somebody screenshotted us and shared us around on this confessions Instagram. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I hope they're listening.
I know! We have new fans.
Oh, I love that. That is fan behavior. I hope they're listening, and I hope they know that, any ex-auntie will be loved and appreciated for who they are.
Absolutely.
As a person, not as a shipper, but as a person.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wholesome.
I know.
Yeah, I guess the thing that I would miss most about Twitter is all the My Hero Academia stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still in that fandom. I would miss it a lot.
Yeah, I need to work on my fic.
I know. JD, I know.
Maybe if maybe if Twitter really goes away, I'll have time.
I don't know, man.
Oh man, that's amazing. I feel like there's other options out there too. Like if you don't want to go to Dreamwidth or Tumblr or hell, Lipstick Alley. There's places out there, but none of them are perfect. I mean, obviously, Reddit just locked out a lot of API services to third parties. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've always just been using Reddit on my browser. And like using the Reddit app, I didn't really realize that you could access Reddit through third parties, but I digress. Nobody's going to be perfect. Nothing is gonna, and hell, Twitter isn't perfect. We're just there because of inertia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because picking up and moving just seems like such a chore. We did it however long ago with Tumblr, and it's like, oh, well, I don't want to move again. And it's like, eventually all of your favorite artists are going to be gone anyway. So pick your favorite artist, or pick your two favorite artists, and hope they're going to the same place.
Right.
Because that's just how it's going to be. That's what I did with Tumblr. I figured out where Camille, the French artist who was in the Hanagram fandom, she went to Twitter, so I went to Twitter.
And see, I went to Twitter just because I knew some of my friends were going to Twitter and I already had one. So I feel like making a Dreamwidth isn't out of the realm of possibility as an escape plan, getting used to it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready to jump ship just because I'm comfortable in the little house on fire that I've built.
Yeah.
But I am sad to see people leave because, you make friends and then with every iteration that a good old muskrat comes up with, every new fuckery, there are handfuls and handfuls of people who actually don't come back. Everybody panics and everybody says they're not coming back, but there are actually people who don't, and I miss them, and I don't know where they go. I'll never see them again. Such is the nature of the internet. But I guess I should just settle into one place, tell people where I'm going, let people decide if they're gonna follow me there.
I mean, that's one way to do it. I don't really particularly like this is going to sound terrible, but like I know where some people are. I don't know where some people are going to be. But if they want me around them, they're probably going to follow my Substack. And if they don't want me around them, well, then why are they following me now?
I mean, that's fair.
So that's kind of how I when I got rid of my Facebook, however many a gajillion years ago, I just thought there is no reason for me to have this many friends online. If they want me in their life, they'll know how to get to me and they will make me a priority. And like they'll want to do activities with me and they'll want to, like hang out with me. And the amount of people who kept me in their life after I got rid of Facebook was very small. And that does not bother me at all because obviously I wasn't a priority, and you can't miss what you don't have, so if they're not around, you're gonna just kind of move toward other people. You're gonna make new friends. People always talk about how it's hard to make new friends. It is not hard to make new friends. It is not. It is not hard to make new friends. All you have to do is make someone a priority.
That's deep.
But it's just true. And so many people are like, it's so hard to make new friends when you're an adult. No, it is not. If I wanted to make friends with one of my neighbors right now, all I would have to do is learn the name of her dog, remember the name of her dog, give her cornbread on holidays, make her cinnamon buns for Christmas, and get up earlier and go stand with her out by the school bus stop with her kids and have my morning coffee with her. That's all it would take. She's already friendly. Her dog already likes me. There are so many people out there who, gosh, you could probably just be friends with, and all it takes is you making the effort. And that's all it is. It just takes some effort. And the same goes with people online. You can be friends with somebody online. Gosh, just pick a person. Literally just pick a person. I have a friend who, she read one of my fics, just one of my fics, joined my Discord server, told me how much she loved it, and we're pretty much besties. And she thought, oh, she must, she has a whole Discord server. She must, be totally inundated with all these people and, da 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 da. No, I feel like everybody thinks that, of people whose fanfic they like or something. Oh, they must be famous or something because I like their fanfic so much, so everybody must like their fanfic so much. So they're so unapproachable. No, you can literally just do it. I don't know. I feel like Shia LaBeouf. Do it. Just do it. Just make your dreams come true.
I mean, 100%. I'm not going to lie. This is a little behind the curtains. How Kelty and I became friends was on Tumblr. And
oh, yeah.
We found out that we lived in a very similar area. And we said, oh, we'll have to get together for margaritas sometime. Neither of us had plans to actually follow through with that. But her girlfriend was like, just do it. Just invite her over and have margaritas. Mm-hmm. And so she did, and I went, and we had that stepbrothers moment of, did we just become best friends?
Yep.
And we did.
that's just how it works. And I feel like, a lot of people don't move. They don't get up from the social media that they're using because they're like, oh, my friends are here. And it's like, are they your friends? Or are they just people you are spending your time around?
Yeah.
Are they your friends? Or are they just people you're spending your time around? Are they going to make you a priority? And going into a new space might be intimidating, but all you have to do is make people a priority.
That's true.
And gosh, I wrote a fic for an artist, and I'm pretty sure she never even read it. But hey, it's a pretty popular fic on AO3. So it doesn't, it made a lot of people happy. It made another artist super happy. This wasn't even targeted toward her. This wasn't for her. But she bookmarked it and wrote in all caps that it was perfect. And it was wonderful, and it was everything ever. It ended up on people's recommended fic club lists and stuff like that. And it was like, wow, I did this for someone who didn't make it a priority, but a lot of people loved it. So making other people a priority isn't always a loss if they don't make you a priority back. It can help both you and people around you. So there's nothing to lose by making an effort to make someone happy. You know what I mean? Because even if you don't make them happy, you might make a whole bunch of other people happy.
That's true. That's true. You never know the ripple effects.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't think anybody should be afraid of jumping ship if things are really going down. You know what I mean? Like if this is the Titanic, you might want to get on a lifeboat, you know.
I don't know. Me and my violin kind of want to see where this is going.
Yeah, I kind of, you know, I've been cautiously like looking every once in a while, and every so often I regret it because then I have to look at other people's opinions, and that's not been going very well for me lately. I'm just like, you know what, eat it. But yeah, I don't think if all you're looking for is peace, quiet, and somewhere to spend a little time, the ship may be sinking. It may be taking on some water.
Yeah, but
yeah, it is.
It might be. You know, land where you land, go where you feel comfortable with the learning curve, where you're able to figure out what the fuck is going on. And if your friends follow you, they follow you. If they don't, they don't. And at the end of the day, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just social media. It is just social media.
It's just social media. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to lose everything you've ever built. Although Twitter may not be able to save your whole Twitter backlog. You might not be able to do that anymore. I wouldn't know. I don't care. I delete all my tweets every 2 weeks. So, like,
so you could
like,
just save your own Twitter backlog.
Right. I theoretically I could save my Twitter backlog because it's only 2 weeks old. But all of y'all, I don't know. I don't know why you would just leave that there. You know, all these people who are like, you once said this 7 years ago on Twitter. You're a terrible person. And it's like, okay, how far back can you go in my Twitter? Like, I was a terrible person 2 weeks ago.
I was a terrible person today.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly was a terrible person today, so.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Continue to be a terrible person.
Yeah. I don't know, JD. Did we talk about the thing?
We totally talked about the thing.
Go and explore the internet, children. Unless you're an actual child, in which case, get the fuck off the internet.
Yeah, seriously, just go do your homework or something. Like, I've seen way too many children on the internet.
Too many children. Too many. Do you have a happy?
Let's see. What's my happy? Well, I had yesterday off, I have tomorrow off, and I have the weekend off.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I know. And like, I don't know if me and this doggo are a good match, then I might have a pupper.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I know. I'm gonna be so heartbroken if she's not like a good match, or like if we're not like compatible, or I don't know. Like I just want her to love me. She's so cute. So that's my happy. And we're gonna just, keep our fingers crossed for an ultra happy tomorrow.
Absolutely. I went on a party boat this weekend.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was my friend's birthday party, and so she and her closest 40 friends all piled into some party buses, and we went out to the lake and got onto a party boat, and we just got shwasted in the Texas sun and
on a boat.
It was a good time to be had by all. Except for me. I did have fun. It is my happy, but I was ill prepared for this party because I wasn't going to go until last minute because I didn't know any of these people except for the birthday girl. And so I was like, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to send my well wishes. And then I was like, How often do you get to go on a party boat?
Yeah. Oh man. This is called prioritizing yourself.
Exactly. So I threw a bunch of alcohol into my backpack and threw on a romper and ran out the door. I didn't bring a towel or a bathing suit or sunscreen or water
Oh no.
or food.
Oh.
I happened to have a hat in my car.
Oh.
I thankfully didn't burn. And
Yeah.
they happened to have some snacks, and somebody gave me some water and some sunscreen. And I said fuck it and went swimming without a towel or a swimsuit because it was too damn hot. And I had a great time, but I was not prepared at all for this party.
I love it.
So yeah, children who happen to still be listening to this podcast, remember to always be prepared.
Yeah, so yeah, remember, don't forget to bring a towel.
Always wear your sunscreen.
Yes, always wear your sunscreen. You don't want melanoma.
But that'll do it for us this week, I think.
I think so. I think we did good.
If you'd like to find us online, you can find us in a couple different places. We are on TikTok, Twitter. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and I made us a Tumblr. I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, but we have one for right now. You can find us at Blissfully Show across all of those. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. The algorithm loves us if you love us. And until next time, bye.
Bye. We're not so different, you and I.